Welcome to Dream by Design with Melissa Banks, where women share their dreams, struggles and successes, how they were able to persevere despite the fear and create the life they want and deserve. If you're looking for inspiration to move you past where you normally would stop, then this is the show for you. Here's your host, Melissa Banks.
Welcome to Dream by Design with Melissa Banks. I'm excited you could be with us today. I'm your host, Melissa Banks. Today, we're continuing our special series, Women Who Shine. These amazing women will share with us how they're able to keep shining despite the circumstance. I'm joined today by a special co-host, Deborah Hunter. Deborah is an energetic, charismatic Mississippi native. She is a former television and radio host, a celebrated and highly sought-after chef, author, motivational speaker, and artist. Hi, Deborah. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Hi. Thank you for having me again. I've been having an absolute blast. Thank you so much.
Thank you. This has been such an amazing series to hear all these amazing stories that we've had the privilege of listening to. But before we get to that, I just want to say congratulations to you on everything that is happening with you. We already knew that you were an amazing cook, but now you are an author of not one, two, but three new children's books, and one is brand new, announced today. So I am super excited. Tell us about your books and how it feels to have those books come out.
Well, I've actually got goosebumps today. This has just been such an exciting journey for me. Of course, as always, I've shared with you that these books really are dedicated to my grandchildren. I have 4 very beautiful, amazing babies, and this was my way of gifting them life lessons and stories, and so we decided to just share them with other children around the world. And I'm super, super excited about that. And also, Melissa has given me a venue where I can put my love for writing and art together in one place. So this has just been a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Well, let me just say congratulations again. And I just love you sharing your grandbaby stories with the world. So now let's talk about Women Who Shine. I am so excited about this series. You know, oftentimes women, we see each other and we pay attention and we get inspired and encouraged, but we so often don't tell that woman that she's uplifting you or impacting your life in such a way. So why was it important to you to make sure you publicly acknowledge these women and honor them in this way?
Well, Melissa, I absolutely have a love for people. I'm just fascinated with being able to look at other human beings and seeing God's ideas and what He thinks. And, you know, for me as a woman, especially being an African-American woman, it's just really important for me to be able to say to other women how much I love, respect, and appreciate all of their hard work and effort to be positive, caring, loving women in the world. And so it was just me wanting to share love and kindness and give other women their flowers while we're still living.
I think that's so amazing. I was so inspired and honored the day that you made that post where you were honoring so many just amazing women, and I was thrilled and shocked to be among one of them. But I was so inspired by that I wanted to highlight these women even more. And that's why we here at Dream by Design is launching this series, Women Who Shine, just to give them some more flowers so that they can be celebrated around the world and people can know what they're doing. So I'm excited about today. So what I'm going to do now is simply turn it over to you so that you can introduce our next Woman Who Shines.
Well, Melissa, before we you again, and it says a lot of heart and so many other incredible women. So thank you so much.
My pleasure.
The amazing Joanne Bell. She is a true entrepreneur and an entertainer, and we're just happy to have you with us today, Joanne. How are you doing?
I'm doing absolutely amazing. I'm so excited that you guys chose to have me on. I'm literally blown away. Thank you all so much.
Well, Joanne, one of the things that has been a common thread with all the women that has been interviewed during this series are women who just freely give of themselves to others in terms of encouraging other people. And that's something that you do on a daily basis. And my question to you, Joanne, is what motivates you to get up every day and to give that kind of love and encouragement to other people?
Well, for me, I know how it feels to be on the other side, to not feel encouraged, to not feel that somebody cares or that what I'm doing matters. So my goal is just always to encourage women as best I can, whether it's a little post on Facebook or whether it's a text or a call saying thinking about you, praying for you or whatever. So my goal is just to give what I feel like I'm missing so that God can give it to me, So,
wow. Yeah, I definitely understand that. I mean, it's actually a biblical principle. It's that seed time and harvest. And a lot of times what I find the thing that I need to the most, Joanne, if I freely give it away, then God multiplies it. And you have definitely been a true inspiration and gift in my life. Now, the first time that I literally met you is that you invited me on your program. You have this incredible program online that's entitled Woman to Woman. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, definitely. Woman to Woman with Joanne, the talk show, is just kind of a spin from the magazine that I have, but it just gives a platform for to allow, like you said, allow Mississippi women to shine. It's a platform for them to be able to just share their stories and to show that there are beautiful things that can come from Mississippi. There are beautiful women in Mississippi, women who can encourage each other and inspire each other, women who have stories that need to be told, and this platform gives them that space to tell their stories the way they want their stories to be told.
Well, it's an absolutely beautiful platform, Joanne. I had such a wonderful time hanging out with you in the studio, and your spirit is just absolutely engaging, and it's very loving. It's just a natural worship comes from you, from heart to heart, from heart to the heart of God, and other people can truly feel that. The one other thing that I really want to ask you, Joanne, is what do you do in pursuit of your dreams and your ambitions to take care of yourself? What's one thing that you
Yes. So, literally, I need to spend more time, but I spend a lot of time just being quiet, praying, and then, studying the scriptures, not as often as I would like, but studying the scriptures and then sharing those scriptures. But literally just being quiet is what revives me and restores me. Finding that time, making that time to be quiet and be still, and that restores me. Just to sit still and be quiet and get away from all of the noise, because there's so much noise all the time.
Now, that's really interesting, because sometimes, Joanne, what I've found is not enough television off. How do you manage to turn your brain off during those periods of time?
I didn't say that. Girl, now that's the thing. People are like, just draw a blank. Just go blank. Just have a blank mind. That is, I'm not going to say it's impossible, because some people can do it, but there's always something trying to get your attention, especially when you're trying to pray or be quiet or study or whatever. There's always something trying to come back to your mind and all of that. But even in that, having a little notepad so that doesn't distract you. I'm praying. I'm trying to be quiet, and I think of something. Okay, let's write this down. We'll think about it later. Can't deal with it right now. Just really and truly being intentional about that quiet time, because I need it.
Yeah. And I can appreciate you, being very open and honest about that, because sometimes I hear people say, well, you just get some quiet time. But what I've learned, most creative people, most entrepreneurs, their brain is constantly on go. And what I found, Joanne, is being able to tune into praise and worship music for me. Helps to quiet me a little bit more. And with that being said, you've got this wonderful new project. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, I'm just so excited that Troy Buckner is from Las Vegas, Nevada, and she asked me to sing one song on her soundtrack for her movie. The movie is called Secret Tears. She did a play called Love Me in Pieces. And so this is the soundtrack from the movie. So one song turned into two, and then it turned into five. So then she said, Joanne, this is your album. God has told me to give you this album. So
wow.
He gave it. So it was all God that gave me this amazing opportunity. And Troy's heart is just beautiful. This whole project is about mental health and domestic violence. So she was inspired by the story of this young lady who had gone through domestic violence, and so she just wrote the story, wrote the movie, the play, and then she wrote the songs, and these songs just spoke to me. And even though you may not be going through any physical abuse or anything like that, there's trauma that you've gone through, and there's emotional, spiritual, financial, different types of abuse that you suffer from. So it's not always physical. So I was able to connect with the songs and to connect with this project, and so it's just been an amazing journey to walk.
Well, I am personally so very proud of you, because you are a giver, and to see God open that door to give you such a wonderful opportunity, I pray that it blesses you beyond your wildest dreams. And at this point, we're going to turn it back over to the beautiful Melissa so she can finish your interview. Many blessings to you, girl.
Awesome. Thank you, Deborah. You too.
Wow, that conversation was so exciting. Joanne, I'm just so excited to have you here today. Thank you for coming and pouring into us. This has been just an amazing series for us. So thank you again for being here. You have a lot going on, and I'm just, I've known you for quite a few years, and I've just seen so much growth in you. It's just amazing. You sent me a picture today. I guess it's one of your most recent pictures, and I just looked at that picture, and I thought, so much growth. So whatever you're doing, it is pouring inside, and it's coming out, showing in your face and your body language and everything, because that's what happens when we're walking in our purpose. So congratulations to you.
Thank you so much, Melissa. And I'm going to tell you, it's just been God. God has been doing his thing, and I've just been trying to be obedient, falling short sometimes, but just trying to be obedient. And he just brings the increase.
No, that's absolutely wonderful. But I wanted to ask you, I know you've had a journey. You've gone through a lot of different stages. I can even remember when you first launched Woman to Woman. That was one season. Then you went to another season, and you continue to do so many things, and you're sharing so much with the world. Has all of the things that you've gone through just made you more comfortable with who you are?
Now, learning, that was a process. But as we went through those steps and seasons and things like that, yes, that has made me very comfortable with who I am. And, I know a lot of people worry about being alone and being by yourself and all that stuff. I have sat with myself and God and learned who I am, what I like, what I don't like, because I didn't know all that when, with all my children. I had to be mom. When I was married to their dad, I had to be wife, and then trying to be in a relationship and have to be this and have to be that. And then when God pretty much put me in the position where I had to get to know me, look at me, figure out who I am, what do I like, what do I want to do, and how do I want to do it, then that made me get very comfortable. But then what it also did was gave me the confidence to be able to say, no, this is not good for me. No, this doesn't feel right to me. And then gave me the strength to just be able to move forward. So every step is progress. Even though you may not feel that you've gotten where you're supposed to be, you're on that path. And when you're on the right path that God wants you to be on, everything that you need, you'll be able to find it on that path. And I have learned that through these seasons in my life.
Absolutely. Because one thing you just shared with Deborah when you were talking with Deborah is you talked about the album or the album opportunity. And when that opportunity came to you, it was for one song. And that's all you saw was that one song. But God had already laid out the rest of it. He had already laid out the next of the destiny, but you had to be obedient with that one song. Do you agree?
I absolutely agree. Yes, absolutely. And he was like, hey, girl, come on, do the rest of this stuff. I was like, okay, God, yes.
Because he had already laid it out, but you still have to be obedient. You have to take that first step and be obedient. And that's what happens oftentimes with us, Joanne, is that we see it as a small step, and we may not take it, but you had to take that small step to get to the rest of the steps. So I applaud you for that. I, along with Deborah, super excited about that. Every time I see a flyer, every time I see something posted up, I just get super excited about it. Not only you on stage, but your daughter, Maya. I remember Maya singing at one of your events and being really nervous that night, and she was, in fact, she was in tears when she was singing her song. And then I look at her now, and she's going to be on the stage with her mom. How does that feel?
Yeah. Y'all just have no idea how overjoyed I am to be able to include her in the things that God is blessing me with, and for her to be able to shine and show her talent and on the same stage with me. It's just amazing. I just can't even put it into words how amazing it is.
But, you know, I'm just a firm believer. I remember that night, and she sang beautifully that night. But I look at her now, and I see the growth, and she's looking just like her mom really now. She really is, and that is just so inspirational. So you're not only shining and motivating women you don't even know. It is just an amazing thing, in my opinion, to inspire and be there for your daughter and let your light shine there as well. So definitely keep shining. Talk to me a little bit about the Woman to Woman talk show. Now, I can remember the magazine and how impactful the magazine has been. Tell us a little bit about the talk show and when is it on and when can we see it? Just tell us a little bit about it.
So the talk show started actually last year. We filmed our first show in August of 2020. And so it's almost been a year since we started the talk show. Right now I'm doing reruns. We are getting a list of new guests together to start filming again. So, but we're doing the reruns. And they are just as powerful as they were the first time that we showed them, with new viewers watching. But again, the ultimate goal was just to be able to have that platform to share our Mississippi women all over the world. So now we are on Bounce TV in Meridian, which crosses over into Alabama. So we have crossed over into another state on television, praise the Lord, and we're looking to expand more. We're on JSU TV, that's channel 14 on Comcast here in Jackson, Mississippi. And so, you know, our goal is just to share Mississippi. And I hope I'm not talking too much, but it's like there's so many women here in Mississippi who have amazing stories of triumph and victory over circumstances that we can't even imagine. And those are the women that I want to find to share their stories and their journeys on the talk show. So I'm just looking to share those stories that will inspire and encourage women who think that it's just too late, I can't do it, it's over for me, and somebody else has that same story that they have, and that just gives them that oomph to get up and move forward.
I absolutely agree. I believe that as we share our stories and share the real deal of the things that we went through and overcome, that it gives other women the belief that, you know what, if they went through what they went through and they made it, then I can do it too. So I think that is the biggest way to share and to push someone toward dreaming big, to be able to dream big, because oftentimes our stuff stops us and we can't even dream past that, but then we'll hear a story or another woman will share something, and that makes you believe. So I definitely agree with that. So, Joanne, I wanted you to just take a moment and give some advice to some of our audience. Our audience is worldwide, so give them some advice on, they're in that place of they're wanting to move forward. They don't know what to do to move forward. Give them some tips as to what to do to go to that next.
Well, I'm going to say, Melissa, I was looking back, Facebook gives you memories. I was looking at a video that I posted this time last year, and it was saying how I had been through all of this stuff, and I finally got to a place where it said, it is well. So I was singing a song, It Is Well With My Soul, and it took me back to that place where, and I was like, how did I even get to that point? Because at one point, I couldn't even open my mouth to pray. I couldn't even sing, literally. And so it was like somebody shared a prayer. It was a prayer like on YouTube where they post these prayers every day. It's called Grace for Purpose. And every day after they posted that, I listened to that. And since I couldn't pray over myself, I allowed that video, those new prayers, to pray over me and speak over me until I got the energy to open my mouth and pray again. And God started to work through me and move and just heal. We have to make sure that we make the time to heal. And that takes you getting away from everybody. And sometimes that may be hard to do, but being intentional about getting alone with yourself. And sometimes that's hard. People don't even want to, be alone with themselves. At one point, I couldn't even look in the mirror because I didn't like what I saw. But taking those baby steps to heal, getting alone. If you can't pray, find a video that, those praying videos. Listen to sermons. Write, journal. Please journal all of your feelings, even if you're going to tear it up and burn it when you finish. Write, journal. Open your mouth and speak what you want to see. Open your mouth and speak it. And even when you're reading the Bible, open your mouth and read out loud those scriptures so that your ears can hear your voice speaking the word of God over your life. And that's going to give you strength and restore you and help heal you as well.
Oh, wow, Joanne, that was amazing. Anyone listening to you right now and heard you say heal, that is powerful, and that is such a powerful word. And it's also a word that's hard for us sometimes, but to just hear, you know what, I can heal. I can be on my own. Mm-hmm. That is powerful.
Right. Yes. And there were so many times, Melissa, that I wanted to pick up the phone and I need somebody to pray over me. I need somebody to talk to me. I need somebody to help me. And we do need people, so I'm not discouraging people from calling and having somebody praying with you. But at that point in my life, that wasn't what God wanted me to do. He wanted to walk me through step by step a healing. So when I got through that thing, I knew where my help came from. I knew exactly where it came from. It came from Him. So if I ever start getting to that place again, I know where to go. If nobody's there, if nobody loves me, if nobody cares, I know there's one who does. And I can call Him anytime. He doesn't get tired of me crying about the same thing over and over. He's going to answer every single time.
It's funny you said that. I have found myself saying, Lord, I know I have prayed about this every single day for 5 days in a row, and I can stop praying about this. So when you said that, I was like, oh, Lord, that's me. I pray about the same thing over and over and over again sometimes. But thank you so much, Joanne. You have just poured into all of us in such an amazing way. We appreciate you so much, and we're so excited about everything that's happening and wish you nothing but the best. But before we let you go, though, I want to give you an opportunity to let our guests know how they can stay connected with you.
Awesome. So on my Facebook page, my personal page is Joanne Bell, and then I have our Woman to Woman with Joanne. Make sure to put the with Joanne. We're the only one there, and you can follow us there. You can follow us on Instagram. Be sure to follow our YouTube channel. All of it is Woman to Woman with Joanne. And on my Woman to Woman with Joanne page, as well as my personal page, you can find the link to get tickets to the album release party, which is September 23rd. It's going to be at the Ag Museum in Jackson, Mississippi. So I'm just overjoyed.
Well, thank you so much. We have really been encouraged and inspired, and we're excited about the album release on September 23rd. So we know it's going to be an amazing night. Deborah, I would like for you to share with our audience how they can connect with you and all the amazing things that you're doing, and be sure to let them know how they can get those children's books.
Thank you so much for that, Melissa. Before I share that, I just wanted to tell Joanne, just in case she didn't know, your name means God is gracious. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do for you at this concert. Melissa, people can follow me again on Facebook at Deborah L. Hunter, author Deborah L. Hunter. Also have the Deborah Hunter Collection, which is my art page. And you can send me a personal friend request. I love people. It's Deborah Hunter. You're going to see my Delicious Mississippi Life cookbook there. And you can find all of the things that I've written on Amazon.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you, Deborah, for being our co-host through this amazing series. And thank you again to our guest, Joanne Bell, for being here today. And thank you to our audience for tuning in to today's edition of Dream by Design with Melissa Banks. I'm your host, Melissa Banks. To stay connected with me, just go to themelissabanks.com and you can find all of our platforms, all of the links to reach us. Remember, all your dreams are possible. Believe in yourself, work hard, and don't quit. Until next time, thank you for choosing Dream by Design with Melissa Banks. Enjoy your day.